What's going on, NADL fans? My name is JB, and I am here with my Week 1 game versus my good buddy, good pal, commissioner of the League 1, Garchomp the God, aka Austin. Link in the description. Go check him out. Good friend of mine. Anyway, yeah. Week 1, first ever battle of the Carolina Panchams. Their first game ever. Really excited for this. Really excited for this, and I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a good time. Also, first 3DS video, first 3DS gameplay on the channel, so go ahead and leave a like for that. Also, leave a like for this. Look at this gloriousness that is my hair. I hate myself as much as you guys do, I'm sure. Anyway, let's go ahead and go over Austin's team. This is, of course, League 1, like I said. Sorry if I touch my nose a lot. I'm really stuffy. It's effing cold. It's really freaking cold. And, like, I don't get, like, sick when I get cold. When it gets really cold, I just get a runny nose. And that's, like, the worst effing feeling in the world. So, anyway, let's just shut up and let's talk about the team that our good pal Austin has here in the NADL. So, he has a team of Mega Lopunny, Landers Therian, some jerk with a really light vehicle because I live in the country. Sorry about that. Landers Therian, Victini, Primarina, Latias, Drapion, Decidueye, Komala, Aggron, Tapu Koko, Weavile, and Seismitoad. So, overall, a pretty scary team. It's, you know, something you would expect, or that I would expect Austin to draft, the same, like, sort of style of team. A lot of scary offensive threats with a few just fat blobs. Like, that's usually what he does. He drafts, like, really hard to, like, prep for offensive mons, and then, like, just a few walls to cover those weaknesses. And that's pretty much exactly what he did in this league. So, things to note, I have a Pokemon on my team that outspeeds Tapu Koko. So, knowing how he plays, I can definitely expect to see Scarf Koko. That's something I'm predicting that he will bring. Other than that, I don't really have a whole lot for Seismitoad outside of Serena, so probably going to be seeing the Seismitoad. Victini's an option. It's pretty scary, but I have a lot of ways to deal with it. Lopunny and Landorus are locks because it's his Mega and his first pick, so probably going to bring both of those. Lopunny's scary. Lopunny's always terrifying, but I have Intimidate. I have Will-O-Wisp on this team. I have ways of dealing with it. I have something that cannot prioritize it, so I have ways of dealing with Lopunny. Landorus, depending on the set he brings, like, I'll have to scout to see what set it is before I'm able to tell how easy or difficult it will be, because certain Landoruses are easier to deal with than other Landoruses for this team and for just, like, most teams in general. The scariest version would probably be just like a Scarf Lando, honestly, because Scarf Earthquake, after a certain point, could just rip through my team. Or maybe like a Dual Dance Lando if he's able to get up both Dual Dance, so that could be really scary. Other than that, yeah, I'm not really expecting to see Primarina or Lottie. Probably not going to see Decidueye or anything like that. Potentially could bring something like Komala, maybe, if he wants, you know, Rapid Spin. Because he doesn't have any Rapid Spinners other than that. He has a bunch of Defoggers. This is only a Rapid Spinner. Yeah, probably going to bring the Seismitoad, like I said. And definitely just going to bring a bunch of just scary offensive threats. So let's go ahead and go over the team I brought. First off, we have Captain Planet, the Zygarde, holding the Yachi Berry with the moves 1,000 Arrows, Extreme Speed, Crunch, and Coil. So, 1,000 Arrows is a fantastic spam move, and it hits everything on his team pretty dang hard. Outside of Decidueye, it hits everything very hard, and does a lot of damage to his team, so no brainer there on bringing this thing. Extreme Speed is fantastic for out prioritizing things. And then last move, I decided to go Crunch over Dragon Stab, simply because, I mean, Dragon Stab wasn't really necessary. I mean, sure, it's super effective on Latias, but I don't want to walk myself into Outrage when I could just kill it with a Crunch, or 2 Crunches, or Crunch plus Extreme Speed. Any variation of that. So that could have been game plan there. And then Decidueye, it hits that as well, in case he decides to bring that. But everything else, 1,000 arrows plus extreme speed just does massive damage too. I went coil over Dragon Dance because if I'm able to get off one coil, I live a banded Weavile's Icicle Crash through my Yachi. So if I get one coil up, I can take the banded Icicle Crash from Weavile and proceed to kill that with 1,000 arrows plus extreme speed. And yeah, that's the set there. Moving on to the next mon, we have Fresh J's, our Hitmon top, with a Rocky helmet and the moves Rapid Spin, Mach Punch, Toxic, and Sucker Punch. This is my main Weavile switch in. Weavile's a mon that I was particularly scared of because I don't have a ton for it. But, you know, this is a pretty good answer to it. Rocky helmet, so it doesn't really want to hit me because it'll do damage to itself. And then, obviously, Intimidate, lowering its attack, so it's less scary. Rapid Spin there, obviously, to get rid of rocks. Mach Punch. 2 Mach Punch is definitely OKO's Weavile. Or definitely kills Weavile. It doesn't OKO because it's not a one-hit KO. But, yeah, 2 Mach Punches definitely kills Weavile. I think 1 might. I don't remember the calc off the top of my head. I think I needed a little bit of attack invest, but I decided to just go max. Toxic, there to wear down annoying things such as the Seismitoad or potentially the Landorus or potentially the Latios or whatever I needed the Toxic. It's just always good to have a Toxic on your team. And then Sucker Punch, probably useless, but I decided to just go ahead and put it on. Again, for the Victini or the Drapion or the Latios, just anything I might need to hit with a Sucker Punch. So, there's that. Moving on to our next mon, we have Zap Squatch the Electivire, rocking the Expert Belt with the moves Earthquake and the 3 Elemental Punches. I know I read those out of orders, but sue me. Thought about going with Flamethrower over Fire Punch. Okay, hold up. I need to go back in time. Hit 144 speed on Zygarde to outspeed Adamant Landers because it's Austin and I highly doubt who will bring Jelly Lando. So that's why I hit 144 on a few mons. You'll see here I also hit it on Zap Squatch. But yeah, Earthquake and the 3 Elemental Punches. I thought about going Flamethrower over Fire Punch just to potentially hit Decidueye and Weavile a little bit harder, but there's literally no point. Just max out physical attack, click Fire Punch, does more damage. Don't know why that was like even a consideration that I had. I'm not the smartest human sometimes. I'm not the brightest crayon in the box. Is that a saying? I don't know. Not the sharpest tool in the shed. Let's go with that one. Yeah, anyway, 144 speed, outspeeds Adamant Lando after rocks. And if Electivire doesn't get intimidated, Ice Punch kills. Earthquake, good to spam against Victini, Aggron, Coco, and whatever else. It's just a good spam move. One thing to note about the way Austin plays is he probably will not bring in Coco to set up the terrain until Electivire is gone because he knows Motor Drive exists, and if I get hit with an electric type move, I get a speed boost and can pretty much just do a massive amount of work to his team just on that alone. So I don't expect him to bring in Coco until my Electivire is gone, so that's worth noting. For that reason. And moving on to the next Pokemon, we have Monsoon, the Suicune, with the ICMZ and the moves Calm Mind, Hidden Power Grass, Ice Beam, and Scald. 135 speed is for max speed Decidueye, and just in case he decided to bring that, I wanted to be able to blow that thing away. And there was nothing else on his team I really needed to, or even could, outspeed for that matter. Other than, I got outspeed Decidueye, and everything else above base 70 on his team is faster than base 85. So, you know, pretty rough. So outspeed the Decidueye, the Primarina, the Komala, and the Aggron, and the Seismitoad. So outspeed about 5 members of his team. You know, that's good enough for me. Decided to go with ICMZ simply because it blows back Latios. I don't need the Sub-Zero Slammer for Lando, but if I feel like being a troll and clicking it there, it could be nice. But it's also just good for damage. It does a little bit more to his team than Hydro Vortex would have, I think, potentially. Because Seismitoad could have just eaten the Hydro Vortex, like, just done no damage because of Water Absorb. So Decided to go with Icium for that reason, along with killing Latias in one hit. Especially if I'm able to get the +1. If I'm able to get the +1 with the Calm Mind, this thing could potentially do some dirty things to his team. So that's the game plan there. It is also Hidden Power Grasp. It's my one, way to hit Seismitoad super effectively. So probably want to keep this thing alive for that, if nothing else. Moving on to the next one, we have Fake Muse, our Mew. Love that nickname. If you guys get to see the nickname that I talked about, it's pretty funny, right? Go ahead and leave a like for the quality meme. I like the quality memes here on this channel. But anyway, we have the leftovers, so Mew gets our leftovers this week. I don't know if I mentioned this in the team recap, but there is, in fact, item clause in this league, so got to be really stingy with my leftovers, which is unfortunate. I don't really care so much about everything else, but leftovers, kind of like to have a few options for leftovers, not gonna lie. But anyway, Mew gets our leftovers this week with the moves Will-O-Wisp, Taunt, Soft Boiled, and Ice Beam. Will-O-Wisp is there to neuter the Lopunny and potentially the Landorus. Again, hitting that 144 speed tier for Adamant Lando, which hits 143. I live any one hit from Lopunny, so I can get off the Willow if I don't miss, which I'm me, so it's entirely possible because I've had really bad luck in draft leagues ever since the PCA started, so, gotta hope I actually freaking hit my move. Soft Boiled, there to just keep myself alive, and then I decided to go with Ice Beam, just as another way to destroy Landorus, because I know for a fact it's going to come, he's going to bring Landorus. And yeah, that's pretty much that. Taunts, I'm able to get off on things that I'm faster than, such as the Landorus, such as the Primarina potentially. I don't know what he could bring on Primarina that would even warrant taunting it, unless he's dual screens, which Austin will never bring dual screens Lottie, or dual screens Primarina rather. That's a me set. I could taunt the Drapion potentially if it's not Jolly. Taunt the Decidueye, Komala, Aggron, most notably Seismitoad. Can taunt that thing, keep it from getting up rocks, keep it from potentially spamming Toxic or whatever. So it's always nice. I love Taunt, one of my favorite moves in all of Jeff format. And our last Mon is Pterodactyl, our Mega Aerodactyl, of course, with the Aerodactylite. The moves Stealth Rock, Ice Fang, Earthquake, and Stone Edge. Stealth Rock is very important in this game. Like I said earlier, it ensures a KO on Lando with Ice Punch, and it's also just pretty annoying for his team because he doesn't have... He actually did not have Kamala for this game, I don't think, because he picked it up after we played. So he only had Defoggers, and I'm not really sure Austin would bring Defog on any of his Defoggers because they're all really offensive. Except for Latias, he's really scared to bring offensive Latias because he swears it's not a thing, but I mean, Scarf Trick Latias has literally been a thing since the beginning of time, except for when Soul Dew was allowed back in like DPP, and it just destroyed everything. Even then, I'm pretty sure Scarf Lati was still a thing. I didn't really play a lot of DPP. But yeah, Ice Fang, good for Lando, 2-hit KOs even after Intimidate, and the only way he can kill me is with the Stone Edge, which he has to hit. Earthquake, again, good for spam, and then Stone Edge probably should have had something for the Lopunny. Probably should have had a Flying Stab for Lopunny, considering I outspeed it at 206 speed. I do outspeed it by 1. Its max speed is 205, so probably should have brought Flying Stab. So my speed is probably honestly useless, but hey, hindsight and whatnot. So that's the team. And we are going to go ahead and get into the battle right now. So, magic of editing. Look at my hair. It's so pretty. Alright, so due to the magic of editing, here we are in the battle. So, looking at the teams we brought, I think that Aerodactyl is a pretty fine lead because I want to get my rocks up immediately. So that's my plan. I'm going to lead off with the Aerodactyl as he ends up leading off with Frobber, the Seismitoad. Shout out to our dude Simon for that nickname. So I do go ahead and lead with Pterodactyl. Kind of wish I had Taunt on this thing, which, would have been good, so I could have taunted him and preventing him from getting up his own rocks. But I actually do just go for the rocks here on turn 1 after, of course, Mega Evolving. Look at that beautiful goatee made out of pure chiseled stone. looking like a magnificent thing. Looks like a Count Olaf meets bird meets dinosaur thing. Anyway, so we just exchanged rocks here. I'm a little bit worrisome of taking a Scald. I don't really want to get burned, so I decided to double into my Suicune here. As he just fires off a Toxic, I believe, which is annoying, letting him on get Toxic this early, considering I didn't bring Clefable to Heal Bell anything, or anything with Heal Bell for that matter. And, you know, my Suicune is officially on a timer, so predicting him to actually, you know, go for the switch here, I decided to actually just set up a Calm Mind. And he does, in fact, switch straight on into his Drapion, which is a little bit odd. I kind of didn't expect him to go Drapion here, but either way, I get off the free Calm Mind. So I'm able to get the +1 special attack, which, like I said, in the team builder portion, is a little bit scary for him, but since I am Toxic, I am on a timer, so it's not the end of the world for him as it would have been if I wasn't Toxic, or could have potentially been. So I'm just going to click the Sub-Zero Slammer here. He didn't bring the Latios, and like I said, I didn't need it to kill Lando, so I just decided to go for big damage on this thing, try to get rid of a threat early. So yeah, we click the Sub-Zero Slammer here on the Drapion, and as you will see, this Drapion actually takes this rather well, which is surprising. Takes a +1 Sub-Zero Slammer from max special attack Suicune. If I was modest, obviously it died, but it does live, which is impressive enough. And he's actually just going to go for his own Z move. Thought it might have been Z Acupressure, but it turns out it is just, in fact, Acid Downpour. I don't know the dances yet, so I wasn't able to, like, you know, figure that out beforehand. I thought I was gonna, like, get swept, but no, it's just Acid Downpour, which, as you will see, due to just natural bulk and pure luck, my Suicune is able to live. And I'm actually able to live the toxic damage on 4 HP and able to fire off, I believe, just an Ice Beam here. And yeah, just go for Ice Beam to finish this thing off. So we're actually going to double down here. As I'm able to get rid of the Drapion and unfortunately lose my Suicune early, so I lose my Hidden Power Grass. So I lose my super effective way of hitting that stupid Seismitoad. Here on the re-entry, I just go, what's this thing called? Fresh Jays to Hitmontop. He actually leads, or goes into Jessica, the, what's it called? Lopen. I cannot remember names. Jessica Rabbit, I get it. Well played. So we get the Intimidate off on Lopunny, which is huge. I'm just going to go for the Rapid Spin here so I can, you know, not have to deal with rocks. As he's actually just going to Mega Evolve, and I think he just clicks Fake Out here. Knowing Austin, that's sort of a play that's the sort of play he would make, which, you know, is fine. It's a solid play, but he ends up doing more damage to himself because of Rocky Helmet and max, you know, max HP, max Fizz Def. So, probably doing more damage to himself than he did to me. And I'm just going to click Rapid Spin here again because I just want to get rid of the rocks. No real reason to let them stay up, as he just goes right back into Frobber, which is a fantastic play on his part, not letting me just get rid of his rocks for free. But I do get rid of the spin, and he could potentially just set them back up here. So he just, you know, gets a little bit of leftovers recovery. I'm just going to Toxic this thing because that's really my only way of beating it, other than just, you know, hitting it really hard with, like, whatever move. Like hitting it with a +1000 arrows or just spamming 1000 arrows against their, like, Earthquakes or whatever. So I get the Toxic off just to put this thing on a timer and start wearing it down so it doesn't just sit here and Toxic my entire team, which would be bad, as I'm pretty sure he Toxic'd me as well this turn, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he did Toxic my Hitmontop, which is annoying. I expected him to get Rocks back up, but he actually doesn't. I switch here into my Aerodactyl, predicting him to just go for Rocks, I guess. Which he actually just goes for Facade, which is interesting. I guess he expected this thing to end up getting Toxic, which was a good play, you know, good prep to have Facade on the spawn. I respect that. Good play, good play. But I believe I just fire off an Ice Fang here. Just for damage. I guess I was sort of predicting Landorus to come in, but it didn't. And hey, you know, I get off big damage. He just goes for another Toxic, which him going for Toxic there tells me that his last move is Earthquake and not like Scald or Waterfall. So, or even Knockoff potentially. I guess it could have been Knockoff, but considering he just went for the Toxic, it probably wasn't, you know, a Water move. It was probably Earthquake. Probably Earthquake. And that is further evidenced by this turn as I just click Earthquake, and I believe this thing lives on like a sliver of HP. Yeah, just barely lives. And he just goes for another facade, further just cementing the fact that he probably had Earthquake as his last move. And it actually, you know, I believe this stinking Frobber will go down here to the Toxic, which opens up a lot for me. It gets rid of his, you know, just fat, disgusting thing that I had nothing to hit super effectively. No way of hitting super effectively, I should say. So he just goes hard here into Captain the Weavile on the switch. Good play. Weavile's Ice Shard will pick off my Aerodactyl in this range, but I am not going to let that happen, as I still have my Hitmontop alive, which was my answer to this. So I go hard into Fresh Jays, get the Intimidate off. So this thing is doing even less damage, and if he is banded, he will be locked into whatever he goes for. He goes for the Ice Shard here, which will do not very much at all, which still actually a lot. He usually reveals the Life Orb, which is a little bit worrisome, but it's less scary than banded, honestly. Through Yachi Berry, I am guaranteed to live. Adamant Life Orb, Icicle Crash on my, what's it called, Zygarde. As he just goes here in the Skywalker, the Lando. Shout out to my nickname. I gave him, you know, permission to use that. Not that he needed permission to use it. I'm just like, you should use my nickname. He's like, I like that nickname. I'll use your nickname. Shout out to PASL. That draft is actually happening later this week. So actually, by the time you see this, it probably already happened. I don't know the timeline yet. Anyway, I thought I lived this because I figured he was going to be Scarf or something like that. And it turns out he was just, he just killed me. I thought I lived because I had, you know, max HP. I didn't, no, wait, let me rephrase that. I thought he wasn't Scarf because if he was Scarf, I lived that. So knowing that I thought he wasn't Scarf, I went into Electivire here to kill with the Ice Punch. Turns out he was Jolly. I never in a million years expected Austin to bring Jolly Lando, and he did just that. So that made me look like an idiot, and I just sacked my Electivire for nothing. So I go into Mew here as my, you know, just last ditch effort to kill this thing, and I live the Earthquake and get off the Ice Beam, which will pick off the Lando from pretty much any range, thankfully. I found out after the match that he was Jolly Banded, which is absolutely terrifying. You know, Banded Landers is just scary. Like, you know, good prep on his part. Like, I prepped so hard for Adamant Lando because I never thought he would bring Jolly, and what did he do? He brought Jolly. So he goes hard here in the Jessica Rabbit. And he's just able to fake out my Mew and finish it off, I believe. Actually, I think I live one fake out, so I tried to go for the Will-O-Wisp. Doesn't matter, I get fake out. I do live it, because Mew is disgusting. And yeah, it doesn't really matter here. I just let my Mew go down as he goes for the Ice Punch to cover the switch if I decide to make it. And yeah, down goes fake Mews, unfortunately. You know, gotta kill in his debut. Gotta kill for his nickname debut. This Lopunny is not quite in range of Extreme Speed from my Zygarde, so I have to go Aerodactyl here. Click Earthquake to get it in range of Extreme Speed. If I had Wing Attack here, I could have killed it outright, but I did not, so I had to just get it in range of Extreme Speed rather. As the Ice Punch is able to take out my Aerodactyl, so it's now down to a 3v1. Captain Planet versus the World, which is probably, honestly, a title of a Captain Planet comic at some point, let's be honest. But yeah, this thing is in fact in Extreme Speed range, and it will go down to the Extreme Speed. And I will go ahead and put the calc on screen here if I remember, but after Rocks, this was actually a roll if this Extreme Speed killed or not, believe it or not. It was heavily in my favor to kill from this range, and as you will see, I do just go ahead and click the Extreme Speed. I'm pretty sure he clicked Icicle Crash this turn. It doesn't really matter because Extreme Speed prioritizes Ice Shard anyway. I get the roll. Like I said, it was heavily in my favor, so I'm able to keep my Yachi intact for Coco, which finally hits the field, and he is just going to click the good old Hidden Power Ice this turn because he thought I was banded, actually, so he thought he still won. Turns out I was Yachi Berry, and I am able to take this Hidden Power Ice rather well. He was, in fact, Scarf Coco, like I predicted. And, you know, I take that very well, click the 1,000 arrows, and that is going to be a good game. So Carolina Panchams winning their debut. Very good game to my man Austin. Shout out to you. And go check out his POV of this battle. Link in the description to his channel, so go check that out. And, you know, other than that, I don't really have much else for you guys. I think that's going to do it for week 1 of the NADL. If you're excited for the rest of the season, click that like button. I'll see y'all then. Peace out. Peace out.